stare at myself in the mirror at dance class. It wasn't my face I was looking at. I stared at the plates of muscle that wrapped my legs like armor, the crescent moons of my pointed toes. Although I was longer and bulkier than most other ballerinas, I used my limbs to shoot my boundless energy out of me and towards the rest of the world. That energy didn't stop shooting out of me when I left the studio. I danced wherever there was surface and space. I asserted myself through movement, screaming to the world, I am here! God damn it, I used to take up so much space living in that present. But I knew I needed more space and a wider, expansive present, so I danced my way down to Durham. Duke was a cosmic wonderland of opportunities, and I was ready to take over. That balance I had so painstakingly developed in my years of ballet was suddenly so useful as I clenched the middle bar on the C1 as the bus leaped and pumped down Campus Drive. I used these quads of steel as I bound up the stairs. Late to classes in Sanford. I used my own biceps to voice myself onto the shooter's bar and dip to the music. So much to explore, so much to do, so many places to move. But not much time passed before things started to change. I can't pinpoint the hows or the whens, and I wish I could, but there are no whys. What I do know are the whats. Instead of moving, I was comparing. I realized that what my body could do no longer mattered. It was how it looked. And I was never small, but here, I felt bigger. To cope and to comfort, I relied on one movement in particular, the swallow. I'd swallow sweet potato fries in the loop and those giant-sized Planet Toffee cookies from Bondi. Night drenched in alcohol, starting with swallowing shots of tequila, and ending with swallowing mouthwash so as to eliminate the traces of any mistakes I made that night. I swallowed my ability to remember, and suddenly, all that used to move and shake was black. I was no longer dancing. Gone were those loud and gutsy comments I made in class. My lips were now laced shut. Days morphed from windows of opportunity into long rectangles on my computer screen, crammed with colored boxes, each of which I dreaded. Gone were the days of proudly taking up space. Although I was physically larger, I felt invisible. As I walked down the plaza, very fast, my head almost parallel to the ground, I'd hear a familiar voice call my name. I'd look up, deeply inhale, give my all to scream out a, hey, and then try to smile. Try is the key word here. If I could have felt anything then, I would have felt horrible for not being able to smile, or for not being a good friend, or for not spreading the joy that used to be my calling card. I didn't feel happy. I didn't feel horrible. I felt nothing. was like this for at least 2 years, and to be honest, I don't know if I've actually overcome the emptiness or if I've just gotten really good at convincing myself I'm somewhat full again. Either way, the differences linger. Life is still not the dance it used to be. Instead, I go through the motions. And I don't know who to blame. Myself? Or Duke? There's no happy ending to this story, but that's what people tell me happens with depression. What I do know is that things aren't as bad as they used to be. They're not great, but they're borderline good compared to feeling absolutely nothing. Sometimes